In my experience as a recovery coach, I know many people who have experienced opiate overdose, and without Narcan, they probably wouldn't be here today.
I've overdosed many times. The last time I overdosed was February 3rd, 2014. I owe my life to Narcan.
Narcan saved my life October 16, 2016. I wouldn't be here without it.
Everyone should know the signs of opioid overdose, where to access naloxone, and how to use it. It could save a life.
Approximately 108,000 people died of an opioid overdose in 2021. That is more than our country has ever seen in a 12-month period. While we cannot save everyone, opioid overdose deaths are preventable with naloxone, also known as Narcan. We believe that every human life is valuable, and no one should lose their life in the midst of battling an addiction. Instead, through various harm reduction methods such as naloxone, we promote the health and dignity of those who are struggling with addiction. Harm reduction is simply defined as a set of practical strategies that reduce negative consequences. We all practice harm reduction in our everyday life, from getting in a car and putting on a seatbelt to reduce the risk of injury or death in an accident, to putting on sunscreen to lower the risk of skin cancer. In the same way, we use naloxone to prevent opioid overdose deaths.
Naloxone is a life-saving medication that reverses the effects of an opioid overdose by blocking the opioid receptors in the brain, allowing the person's heart rate and breathing to normalize again. Michigan's Good Samaritan law makes it legal for a layperson to possess and administer naloxone without any negative repercussions. It prevents drug possession charges against those that seek medical assistance for overdose in certain circumstances. It's important to know the signs and symptoms of an opioid overdose so you can quickly respond in the event an opioid overdose occurs. Signs of opioid overdose include pale face or feeling clammy to the touch, body goes limp, fingernails or lips have a blue or purple color, vomiting or making gurgling sounds, cannot be awakened or unable to speak, breathing or heartbeat slows or stops. If you observe one or more of these symptoms and suspect that someone is experiencing an overdose, it is safe to administer naloxone. There are no negative side effects if administered to a person who is not experiencing an overdose, but it could save their life if they are.
In the following brief demonstration, you will learn how to administer naloxone to help someone who is experiencing an overdose. The first step when you encounter someone who is experiencing an overdose is to call 911. This is to ensure that a first responder can stabilize the individual.
Even after naloxone has been administered, overdose symptoms can continue depending on the potency and duration of the opiate used. The effects of naloxone last for about an hour, but the duration of certain opioids exceeds the effects of naloxone.
After 911 has been contacted, lay the person on their back to ensure their airway is open and open the medication package. Hold the naloxone. In this example, we are using Narcan with your thumb on the bottom of the plunger and your first and middle fingers on either side of the nozzle. Administer the medication and then lay the person in the recovery position. Place the person's arm that is nearest to you at the right angle to their body. Pick up the other hand and gently place the back of the hand against their cheek. Reach across the person's knee that is furthest from you and pull it up so that their leg is bent and their foot is flat on the floor. Gently pull their knee towards you so that they will roll over onto their side facing you. Gently raise their chin to tilt their head back slightly, as this will open up their airway and help them to breathe. If the person does not respond within 2 to 3 minutes, administer a second dose. Stay with them until help arrives.
To recap, in the event of an overdose, follow these steps. Call 911. Lay the person on their back to open the airway. Administer the medication. Lay the person in the recovery position. Administer a second dose if the person does not respond within 2 to 3 minutes. Stay with them until help arrives.
If you need access to naloxone, you may go to any of the following locations throughout Genesee County.
You can also find this complete list of locations, other valuable resources, and an online naloxone request portal at nomoregenesee.org.